Hi everyone. Today I will be showing you how to create a database and write SQL queries locally on your computer using SQL Server Management Studio and an Excel file.
3 years ago, when I learned SQL as a query language, I was wondering how to practice it locally. It took me quite a while to get it, and I know that you might be going through that challenge right now. The first thing to do is to launch the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. In the Connect to Server dialog box, enter the server name. This name should be the same name with your computer, the one that bears your computer name. Then check the authentication. It should be Windows authentication. Then click on Trust Servers Certificate and click Connect. On your studio interface, create a database. Right click on the database and select New Database. Then a pop-up comes up. In the database name, enter the name that you want to give to your database. So you just type a name for your new database and then you click OK. Go to your Windows icon, scroll down on it until you see Microsoft SQL Server. Expand it and then click on the Import and Export wizard. It will bring out a box. Check it for data source. Since we are bringing in a Microsoft Excel sheet, we are going to be clicking on Microsoft Excel. So once the box comes up and you are asked for the data source, you go down to Microsoft Excel, you click it. For the Excel file part, you browse and you search for your file, the file that has your Excel file for the database. So here I'm using energy company data. I've already named it, and then I browse and I clicked on it. Then I checked on my Excel version, and then I checked that my files has their first row as their column names, and then I click next. Then on the destination, scroll down till you see SQL Server Native Client 11.0. Click on it, and then for the database, search for the database that you just created on your SQL Management Studio. Then check that the authentication is use Windows authentication. Then specify that you want to copy all the data from one or more tables, and then click next. Here you are to select all the tables that you have in your Excel file without the filtered database at the back of it. So we are selecting the first, second, third, the fifth. So that is our tables. We can ignore the one that has the hashtag filter database at the back. So once this has already been done, then the next thing is to click on next. So when you click on next, you want to check that your query should be run immediately. That is, it should be imported immediately. And then you have to click finish. Click finish to perform the complete importing, and then you see that it is being imported, and we can see that the rows are being transferred from our Excel file, from our Excel into our Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Here we can see that all the rows have been transferred, and I can check here to see that everything is the way it's supposed to be. So the next thing is to go to my Management Studio this time, and then I can expand on the database and locate the energy complaint database I created, and then I can also expand on the energy complaint database to see that my tables have been correctly imported. I expand the tables, and you can see that we have our customer details table, our loan performance table, product details, and sales details, and that is what I had in the Excel file. And right now we can just start querying this database. I can then go to new query, and then run an SQL query to retrieve all the rows and columns from the customer details table. So here I will say select all from the customer details table, and then I can execute this command, and I get my desired output. So in a nutshell, this is a very easy and efficient way to run queries using the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio.